What's up, my little TisaTellss? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Jeannie Mai, you are letting that chopper sing and you are shutting down every little rumor that has been on YouTube, TMZ, and everything else. Y'all, Jeannie Mai directly has said nothing happened with her and Mario Lopez. She's telling us to stop it. But the real question is, why did Jeezy let these rumors go on for so long? Y'all, let's talk about the divorce of 2023 in which no one, most of all Jeannie Mai, saw it coming. Y'all, let's get into this. But first, let's look at what she said to TMZ, because Jeannie is upset. I want to know, right? When it first happened, I was like, oh my God, Jeannie must have done something. They were in love. But the more I started reading it, the more I started hearing people on the streets, the more I looked at Georgia divorce law. I did a video about that. Baby, if she had made it to 3 years, she might have had a thing to alimony. The more I saw everything and actually even looked at their old stuff, I was like, Jeannie didn't do anything. Jeezy just had buyer's remorse. Jeezy just ain't want to be a family man anymore. Jeezy has a history of doing this, and he did it again. And I want to know in the comments, all y'all that are just like, oh my God, Jeannie's cheating. That's what she gets. A man's not supposed to say. And I was like, it's amazing how, talk about men just don't file for divorce. In what country do you live in? I know plenty of men have filed for divorce. Or what do? They cheat until their mistress tells them to get a divorce. Y'all, let's get into this. I will say prayers up to Jeannie Mai, because people are saying, well, Jeannie actually said that she hopes Jeezy will reconsider, and she loves her man. This was the ultimate tour. She thought this was her forever person. The fact that she got a child out of this when she never wanted children. But of course, the baby's cute. And I'm sure she loves Monica with all her heart. But I do want to say, I've also heard that Jeannie might be trying to run some game on Jeezy now. However, I don't think it's going to work, because Jeezy actually said what his plan was. We'll go over it, but let's get into this. They said, Jeannie Mai, no hookup with Mario Lopez. There was zero infidelity amid the Jeezy divorce, okay? And I believe it, because y'all, do y'all think that Jeezy from ATL, you think that man is letting Jeannie cheat on him and he's leaving heartbroken? This man just did a meet and greet for his new cognac. He is using the divorce as a reason to promote his brand. Oh, Jeannie, you better run. They said ever since Jeezy filed for divorce, Jeannie Mai, one particular unfounded rumors gathered steam online that she cheated on him with Mario Lopez. But we're told all that rank speculation is a load of BS. You would have to be stupid or very woman-hating or a woman-hating woman to actually believe that Jeannie was cheating with Mario Lopez. Even her being like, oh my God, he put his arm around her waist. Okay, yeah, but that still wasn't cheating. The source close to Jeannie tell TMZ there's absolutely no truth to any rumblings of infidelity between her and the Access Hollywood host or anyone else for that matter. Now, let me just say this. I believe some of y'all dragged me my third video in when I said that I talked to the streets, and people close to Jeannie Mai said she would never cheat on Jeezy. And before y'all go, no, it wasn't Jeannie Mai that gave me this. No, it wasn't it. But they were like, you just don't understand how deep in love this woman was. Y'all, I don't know, Jeezy is a narc, but he definitely love bombed Jeannie. Again, what is Jeannie guilty of? Being the biggest pick-me in the world. This is what submission gives you. But of course, I will say one thing about the submission thing before we get back to this. I found it that there's a bunch of people who didn't grow up in non-traditional households who have traditional values, if that makes any sense. Because people grew up with two parents in the house, whether your father and mother were great or whether they were demons, you have a more nuanced look at what marriage is, how it works. Even that whole thing, you're going to wind up alone. It hits differently when you see a marriage either good or bad. But I find a lot of men and women who grew up in non-traditional households have a lot of opinions on what these traditions should look like. They talk about submission, but it's not the same submission the Bible preaches. They're talking about this and that, but it's not what let me keep going anyway, right? They said, It seems the false buzz stems from the fact that Jeannie was a co-host with Mario last month on his show, but we're told any perceived chemistry between them is simply professional. Translation, it's showbiz, folks. As for Jeannie's divorce, TMZ sources say Jeannie's devastated and heartbroken and is focused on doing what's best for their daughter, Monaco. And good for her. For those unaware, Jeannie shared some clips last month from her week co-hosting the entertainment news show with Mario, which no one saw as significant at the time. But as was reported, Jeezy filed for divorce in Georgia earlier this month, and then the doc said there's no hope for reconciliation. Since then, fans online have been looking at Jeannie and Mario's work together through a different lens. But again, people in her world say fans are unfairly and incorrectly interpreting their working relationship. Now, I do want to say this, right? How dreadful that your man left you out the blue, literally did a sneak attack because he didn't want you to get the jump on him. Jeezy is all about his money. That man will never love anyone more than his money, more than his reputation, okay? Yeah, you gave him a child. Yeah, you tried to do this. But let me just say this, a couple of things. He kept a secret from you to get the jump on you. So you couldn't change his mind, so you couldn't do any PR. He was tired of being married. The fact that this man did this 2 years into marriage while you're in the middle of postpartum, again, some people might think that's okay. Don't date them. Ask people, what do you think about what happened, what Jeezy did? Do you think it was, well, if they say yes, you better run for the hills. But also look at the reasons he gave, right? One, family was around too much. I don't think he was just this is just my speculation. I don't think he was just talking about Jeannie's family. I think that Jeezy loves his family from a distance, and Jeannie is really, really family oriented. So a lot of his cousins, aunts, uncles, all these people that he keeps kind of at a distance, but he loves them, they were always in the house. Jeannie was always going on campus. She literally wanted to create one big happy family because she's super, super family oriented. People are saying that really grated at Jeezy's nerves because he's like, I had my aunts, uncles, and all of them at a distance where they were cool, but they wouldn't ask me for money. They wouldn't be in my house. And now these people are too much in my life. Knock it off. But again, why do I think Jeannie was doing that? I think probably because Jeezy misrepresented himself as a family man. And he probably is like, no, I really wouldn't be a family man except for. So she did what she could to bring everybody close and create the world he said he wanted. Only we're finding out now, and it was all BS. He really didn't want that. He was just saying that because that's what Jeannie needed to hear for her to think that he was family values just like her. Let's also talk about how he said distance plays a decision, right? But Jeezy was the one that was always gone. Jeannie Mai was always in Atlanta. Hence his fourth reason that Jeannie was walking the kid to school, and that didn't suit them because it's dangerous, something might happen to them. To me, that was the dumbest excuse ever, because let's look at this, because a lot of people like that, what's she doing putting a baby in danger? One, you're always gone, and I'm making sure the baby, and when I say school, they were in like baby Einstein, she's teaching the baby sign language, teaching her this, teaching her that, making sure the baby is not even bilingual with Vietnamese and American, but also speaking Spanish and I think French. She wants to turn that baby into a little Einstein. Good for her, right? You got the money. Why not give the baby the childhood you wanted? But also, it's a lie because Jeezy lives in the middle of the Mansion Hills in ATL. There ain't no school around you. You got to get in a car and drive everywhere. So what are you talking about? Oh, where like you walking her to school, baby, y'all do not live in a regular middle class neighborhood. So that's a lie. But let's just say he's saying, okay, fine, you get into the car and you drive her to school, but I got a lot of enemies and a lot of people that hate on me in ATL, so you just can't be taking the baby to school. To which I will say this, baby, if you got that many enemies in ATL and things are that dangerous in ATL, then why is Jeannie and your baby living in ATL? You acting like y'all live in the middle of Chirac and you literally just sprayed up Old Block and and people are praying for your downfall. If it's really that bad, right? If it's really that bad, then why you got them in the middle of this? Honestly, again, nothing makes sense. The only thing that makes sense is Jeezy sold Jeannie a dream. She was down there with him. He changed his mind, and he's doing what people do when they change their mind. He's divorcing. The fact that there were people, and again, I did believe the rumors at first until I did a little thing and common sense took over. Jeannie submitted. She got a gold star from the Kevin Samuel Bros. right? And I don't say this with any joy because it's actually really sad that she found out this the hard way. She got a gold star from the Kevin Samuel submission, do this and do that. But the thing is, and it's not just Jeannie, it's any woman that buys into this. This is your future. This is what will happen. This is, you will become disposable because you let them know that it was all about them, their feelings, and it was never about us. It was about you. Again, I feel sorry for Jeannie. She says she wants to work it out. I have a video on that because I haven't put my words to the street. That might be, well, I don't want to speak too soon. She says she wants to work things out. I don't see how. After somebody sat there and planned a divorce, planned it, sat on it, took you on the anniversary trip of your lifetime, which looking back, that's the sad thing. That wasn't an anniversary trip. That was a goodbye trip. Jeezy wanted you to literally feel it when he left. He wanted you. That's another thing. He leaked this to the press. Did y'all know that? It wasn't even, he leaked it. He wanted to publicly humiliate her, mock her, throw her off. He wanted her crying in her room. Baby, you better turn off that brandy sitting up in my room and literally put on some, I don't even know. I don't even know. Drop what song Jeannie should be listening to. But honestly, best of luck to Monaco and Jeannie. You'll be all right. Better he did this now while you're still young, beautiful, got your career, and got a cute little kid than when you're like 40 years old and he's broken you because he made you feel insignificant for 40 years. And now, even though you still are God's creation, you think that that's the best you're going to get. Y'all, listen, rejection is protection. But let this be a lesson to any pick-me that buys into that Kevin Samuels. You'll always be walking on a tightrope. The sword of Damocles will always be hanging over your head. I'm just saying, proceed with caution. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later.